Yo, what's going on, homies? Shichibokai Stumped back for the OPTC video. And in today's video, it is the final day of the grandest party of them all. Season 36 is coming to a close, and we're using the big dog, Kizaru. Kizaru, look, even though White Beard Ace is very, very good, I do think Kizaru is the best leader this season. He was the best leader last season as well. White Beard Ace, obviously, still very strong, but like what Kizaru is doing with the 40% reduction and an extra burst going up to 4, it's just kind of crazy. On top of that, he buffs Dex units in his passive, so it's very easy to run a Dex team with him on it, and that's going to work out nicely. Shooters are like one of the best teams in the game, so he buffs shooters. You can kind of sprinkle in some striker characters here and there, and then obviously some quick characters work really well over on the shooter team, namely like 6+ Kuzan and Caulifla. So for our setup with Kizaru, I already did a test video with Kizaru. I did like a White Beard Ace versus Kizaru situation 2. This is what we're going to be rocking. Stereotypically, I always love running the shooter team up front with Kizaru. The amount of cooldown reduction that you give the enemy with S-Snake and Usopp and Lilith just allows you to pretty much bink that first win 9 times out of 10, and then by the time it comes around to anything scary, you have Kizaru's burst to literally just bail you out if you need it. And then the second team honestly it's so good under Kizaru. Like, you have so much going for you being the Straw Hat Admiral team. With Kizaru on this particular team, he actually gives level 7 CD reduction to Navy characters, which is really, really fun. Plus, he buffs the CT speed of slashes, which means that Nami and Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy go pretty hard. And then with Nami and Akainu being strikers, you just get a little bit extra buffs there. And then finally, we have the good old strength team. The waifus are striker characters too. It allows you to use the Santa Sonia on the bench. Works out quite nicely. Yeah, so this is what we're rocking. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, bell the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Remember, it is at the end of the season, so make sure you guys are using this auto edit button here. That way you can select a new leader and just guarantee the wins after you've gotten your wins for everyone else out there to get the 15 stack for the 50 gems. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know who you guys used in the comment section below. I know a lot of people used Kizaru. I saw a lot of people using Kizaru and Fuji, which is really, really good to see. And then obviously New Year Sabo too. But with that said, let's dive in, enjoy the video, and let's wrap up the last day of season 36. Alright, so we're not going to do anything silly. Literally, my options were Kizaru, White Beard Ace, or a changed leader in Tex, who I believe is an old Alliance member. So, shout out to Tex for making sure that he changes his leaders. We have, obviously, a strength team at the back, and then we have a Dex team at the front. So, I'm actually going to do this. Stereotypically, I don't normally do this, but the fact is we know that that back team is strength, and I'm not going up against a mirror match. Like, that's just not happening. There's a good chance that that middle team is some sort of shooter-centric build, and this is meant to be like a Kizaru kind of led team, but doesn't look like Kizaru's on this team, so interesting stuff. Dalton in the front is interesting, and then just having Sabo on the bench for, I guess that Sabo is just there for Ace, right? So pretty chunky Dex team. Upside here is that he's not getting the leader skill, so they're not getting all those extra cooldown reduction, which is nice. And look, strength should 9 times out of 10 be able to take down Dex fairly comfortably. If Uto had managed to use her special in, you know, this particular millennium, then we would have had a whole bunch of damage output going our way, but oof, okay. Only hitting Big Mom with the confusion there, and Dalton, but obviously Dalton's already using special, so that doesn't matter. Is a bit annoying. Luffy's going to go now. Just hit everyone that's not Big Mom. Of course, the first character you hit is Big Mom. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, dude. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? Alright, Kuma's going to come in and pretty much just wrap this fight up. So, GG. Strength team, man. The strength team's so strong. With all the buffs that Kizaru gives it as well, like being still pretty shooter-centric with Uta and Kuma. And then obviously with the waifus being striker, it just works really, really well. I love this team, though. This team under Kizaru just goes so ridiculously well. Okay, so Tex seemed to be using I would say that he was using Sabo as his leader. That makes a lot of sense, seeing as Dex get a lot of the buffs. And then Int is in the middle, and then you've got strength at the back. Excuse me. So I definitely can see that being the go fourth option. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to basically do this. Kizaru is so good against Int, like so ridiculously good, because he has the ability to do damage, but then he also can special bind and action bind. So Yamato getting off scot-free there. She's actually quite prone to stuff like special bind and action bind. The Roger Rally Gaban is always going to get off, but like, yeah, usually you can do some shenanigans to Yamato to stop her from doing her little death shot shenaniganry. This is going to hurt. That's okay, though. The characters that we needed to survive survived, and now Nami can do her thing. Some good rollback there. We don't have to worry about Drey Gaban's special now. Garp's going to go crazy. Should honestly kill everyone. Excellent. Now we just have to deal with the death shots. But we have our burst ability to sort of help us out there. Alright. Hitting Akainu is great with Yamato. Akainu's not going to die because he's a side character. He's a reduction to int units. Okay, now we're going to lose Garp. Garp's going to throw the special back. Before we do that, let's quickly do this. Very nice. Now, literally, it's what? Two on two left. Goodbye. Goodbye. Sweet. So, like, as you can see, Kizaru is just, he's an absolute demon when it comes to his burst, and then obviously having like the death procking specials on the second fight. Just, it works so ridiculously well. All right. So once again, like, we have literally one option here, and that is Enma Zoro. Enma Zoro does have a leader skill, but he's not really in a position where he's getting any of those extra buffs being non-Logia or Zoan type. So first team does have Zoro on it, so I'm going to assume that it is a free spirit-based build. So let's run it how we normally would with shooters at the front, strength at the back, always using the Psy Admiral Straw Hat team in the middle. Oof, that's a chunky free spirit team, man. They got all of the good stuff on it. Bizarro, waifus, Raleigh Gaban, Luffy, Zoro. Yeah. Eesh. Free Spirit are still, like, quite menacing, too. Like, they can still put on very, very annoying damage, very annoying shenaniganry, counters, special lines, confusion. Yeah, you name it, they got it. Alright, beautiful stuff. We have our S-Snake going very early. The confusion on Enma Zoro is quite nice, and the action bind on Bizarro there is even better from Usopp and Lilith. So we're going to quickly bink this one super early. I just don't want to have to deal with Raleigh Gaban or the waifus. Very nice. Goodbye, Raleigh Gaban. The special one kicking in there is perfect. So from here on out, it's basically just like, all right, we just let the rest of our characters do their thing, and we should win. Like, S-Hawk on the bench can be a little bit problematic, but, like, even still, he's only going to kill maybe 3 units if he goes, and that 11-second special bind is not going to be enough for them to get their specials before something like Usopp and Lilith is ready to go once again. Ooh, actually, maybe I lied. Oof, a full team confusion there is very frustrating. So let's do this quickly. The upside to Kizaru, like I said, he has what? 4 bursts under his belt, so you can easily just bink 2 and then save 2, like, and it's pretty easy work. Only reason I actually did that was just to get a little bit of damage output off, so that way we could sort of just bink out some units, and then we can sort of just round out our damage, like I said, at the back end here. Very surprised that 11 seconds went as fast as it did, but look, here we are. Alright, we got our burst back. Very nice. Lulu's going to wrap this up. Easy peasy stuff. Let's move on to the second fight now, which I believe will be something like Slashes or something like Quick, if I had to guess. But could be just something completely left field. Let's see what it is. It is Shooters. Okay. Alright, look, Shooters move very, very fast. That Zoro burst can hit very, very hard too. But like I said, the upside to running Kizaru on this side team in the middle here is he's just like the perfect second team because you have 2 death specials, you have shenanigans with Nami and Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy, and then because of the extra buffs you get for Slashes and Strikers, like everyone's just getting buffs in this team, which just works really, really nicely. The extra cooldown reduction, the 7-turn cooldown is very, very nice. Even with Usopp Lilith, it's not really affecting everyone, which is excellent. And then Kizaru is still just moving so fast that he can give that 10% cooldown to Akainu and... Oh, I missed the jump there. But that's okay. Let's quickly use this. We should be able to hit everyone else, which is the main thing. Excelente. Now, I'm not sure how many units are prone to action binds. Oh, damn, losing Nami there is kind of frustrating. The one character I didn't want to die, like I was happy for like pretty much anyone else to die because we have revives and death shots. Nami was the one character I kind of wanted to hang around so I could use her special to roll back some cooldown. But look, at this point, like it really doesn't matter because we've won. Once the rest of the team comes in, basically just do this. It's going to action bind, it's going to special bind, it's going to put them into a corner for when Garp, so that Garp can go and just basically wrap this up. Like, even the damage Kizaru is doing is just absolutely wild. The 6,000 fixed damage, on top of the action bind, the special bind, the paralysis. Like, he's just an absolute menace when it comes to how much debuffing he can do. And like I said, the damage, it's still, like, it's really, really good. I think it's 2, 2, and 2, so 6 shots of 6,000 damage, which is just very, very nice to have. Alright, this is what we like to see. So, we do have, I believe that bottom team is a change leader strat. So, basically, you just select a character and it would automatically put the teams in for you. That second one, I don't love this second fight. I believe this is probably that Kizaru team that I'm using there. So, we'll go up against this. And that way, we don't have to, we know Shooters is in the back there. If it's Cerebral, like, at the end of the day, I'm not overly phased. Cerebral aren't really in a position to be too scary. But if this is just like a straight up strength team, I think this might just be a change leader strat then. Could be. Like, this is still a very, like, formidable strength-based team. But at the same time, it definitely could just be a change leader strat. And they went strength, dex, quick, and they've just thrown, or maybe strength, quick, dex, and they've just thrown Usopp Lilith on the team. I didn't really see where Usopp Lilith was sitting. If they're usually in the first slot, that's a good indication that it is a change leader strat too. But at the same time, like, we could have easily just taken on the TRS change leader. That definitely was a change leader down the bottom there. But look, I do want to actually verse some decent teams, and just playing Grand Party without having to worry about an enemy leader skill, like in terms of a burst skill, sorry, it's a lot of fun. Like, it's the most fun you'll get when it comes to playing Grand Party. It takes all the stress out of it while still having the actual gameplay and still seeing like how teams perform and having the enjoyment of just watching teams crumble under yours, and then obviously having the burst to sort of guarantee yourself the win there as well. So Lulu's just going absolutely ballistic. Kuma could do damage to us, but like Kuzan's already ready to go, so we're just gonna skip this. And like 37k is just so much damage, man. So much damage. But now, like, Kizaru is just gonna do his thing. At this point, like, if you win the first fight with Shooters with Kizaru and you move into the second fight and you have a burst ready to go, you should, with the 40% reduction, just be able to continuously loop bursts and just stop the enemy from doing literally anything, which is just crazy, crazy stuff. Okay, Laura's nerfing powerhouse characters and drone units, which we don't have on this team, so... Okay, we'll take the burst, it's fine, it's just damage, right? Yeah, cool. So we're not losing any cooldown reduction, but we're, like, slowing the enemy down with Nami. So that's always fun. And we will get to a position where we want to use our burst. Probably now, to be honest. Let's see what happens with the action bind. Let's see what happens with the special bind. Special bind Law, action bind literally everyone else that isn't Odin. Which is, like, it's not the end of the world, but, like, Odin is definitely a character that can hit very hard and can action bind us too, which we just don't like. Nami's going to do some damage. Like, we've already got our burst again. Like, we could, like I said, this is what I mean. You can just link bursts over and over and over again. I would have used the burst then if we had the enemy bench come in, but, like, Akaino's just going to hit so hard that he's going to put us in a position where Garp's auto proc isn't going to work because of the action bind too, so that's always fun. See you later, Garp. We'll just do this. Because our Garp special is going to go, which then, if there is any survivors here, Garp would then essentially just, again, link our bursts. Sweet. See you later. And then you would just, again, you'd burst again. So, absolutely wild things. But there you guys go. That is the final day. Like, if you, like, I've been saying this since the very beginning. If you have Kizaru, like, you just do shit like that. And it just becomes very, very easy to win. Like, very, very easy. So, as I mentioned at the start of the video, make sure that you guys are doing the community a solid and you are going into the setup. Make sure you are doing this at the end of your fight, so that way you can click auto edit. It'll just tell you, hey, moving to a GP leader edit will apply to all 3 teams. As long as you use it on the same team that got the victory, you will be able to do everyone a favor. So I'm going to select a Shanks character, because I always do. So let's, like for this one, we'll do Halloween Shanks. Fuck's dumb, right? And then basically it'll just do this. It'll just auto edit a strength team with your leader on a dex team and then a quick team. So if you see this, good luck with it. Should be able to take it down, I guess, fairly easily, but I do still feel it's a fairly good investment, but the synergy isn't exactly all there at all. So that's going to wrap up the Grand Party Season 36. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, build a like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let me know how many wins you guys got in the comment section below, but while you're down there, like I said, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's